So I'm always hearing something like, how do we balance between uh, letting the events and stresses of life change us while also not letting the change itself stress us out? I am Hatonn. I greet you in the love and the light of the one infinite Creator who moves us into communion with each of you on this beautiful evening which the Creator has made. We are so happy to be here with you. And we ask this instrument, if he would, to keep his mind fixed and to let us do the talking, as he would say. Our first order of business is to ask a very small favor of each and every one of you in this room at this moment. We have Hatonn. We correct this instrument. We of Hatonn have traveled far, but our teachers tell us that the expanses of consciousness, of awareness, are so much vaster than we could possibly imagine. And so we find ourselves in a similar position as you in this third density world, seeking for light, but also aware of shadow. And so, we can no more attest to the veracity of each and every word we speak than you, my friends. And with this, we say, be careful in how you treat our words. For truth is a subtle thing in our experience. It must be balanced with the insight and contemplation of the fervent seeker. So if there is a thought, if there is an idea that strikes you as errant, as not for you in any way, it is our desire, my brothers and sisters, that you should toss this idea aside, leave this concept by the road, for we would not have it be, as the one known as Eric said, a burden that you carry with you. Yes, these burdens have their place in your growth, but that is for another time. At this moment, let us commune together and reason and wonder about this road that lies ahead. So we thank you for using your discernment to weigh each thing we say and to only accept those things that are right for you. Having done this small favor for us, we would like to proceed. Experience. It is so bitter a taste at times. For you, in your years, know well how much it can shape the person that you think you are. And it is completely understandable to us that you would develop a kind of reticence towards that squeezing, that burdening, that variety of sorrow that all in this density that is third must face. We remember well this part of the song of creation. It has its dissonant moments. Its turns towards the macabre, towards heartache. It is in the aching heart that you make that decision on a fundamental level, on how you will respond to those matters which you are living through and which catch your eye. In our philosophy, we often talk of this concept of that which catches the eye, which stands out to the seeker as worthy of notice in some alarming way, as catalyst. As this instrument was writing earlier today, and we would like to work with this idea if he would not interfere. Catalyst is not the suffering. It is not the experience. Catalyst is what causes the experience. And my friends, you are the master who makes the grass green. It is your biases, your burdens, which you carry sometimes without even thinking, your flavors of the Creator that you embody, which cause events to present in such a manner that they boggle your mind, they weigh upon your heart, and they cry out for the Spirit to comfort. So we understand the conundrum that faces you as you seek to balance. Shall this event that you have viewed in this way, this unique way, shall it affect you with your permission? And if you shall permit it thusly, What then? Are you not tossed about on the waves of this storm? It is no less a storm simply because we have established the role that you have played in manifesting it. For this is your role in this life. You are here to worry. You are here to hurt. You are here to puzzle. All of these things are not indications that you have done one single thing wrong. My brothers and sisters, if we can comfort you in one way, it would be to say that the rainy day that occurs from time to time, that soaks you to the bone, that mats your hair, so that you feel as gray as the sky you look at, is just another experience of weather. But it does impinge upon the seeker, those who seek to serve the Creator, located in the brother and sister whom they meet on the road. For is it not the reward of he who seeks to serve that so often he is punished, seemingly, for his trouble? And this will be your experience sometimes. It is not all the time, for the sun does shine through the clouds. The storms subside, and there is regeneration and rejuvenation when one moment follows another, and a new chapter unfolds. The question is what you should do in the meantime. And we note that this instrument chuckles a bit, for this is so richly an experience that he has struggled with. We would remind him, as we remind all of you, that this struggle is universal among your people. You do not need to let it isolate you. And for that matter, you do not need to worry about whether it will transform you into something which you should fear. That your desire driving you through your life, through your multivarious experiences, will somehow lead you to the final end. My brothers and sisters, there is no end. And so, there is never a final tragedy. You may be assured that the stricture of the bad day is quite limited. This is the advantage, shall we say, of the third density viewpoint. So limited, so lacking in a deep and abiding connection to all that creates the experience itself. Your ability to ignore this connection and sulk within your room, so to speak, is not a bug. It is a feature, because it provides you with the sublime opportunity, when you are ready, to open the door, to welcome the light shining in. That it was always there is granted, but it is your experience of it that the Creator craves. It is your discovery of how to open that door that is the thing irreplaceable in all of the creation. We speak of this in glowing terms, and there is a cold logic to it as well. For you wring your hands in your life when you have these moments of doubt and fear and wonder, shall I be transformed into something I do not recognize or that I do not care to be if I open up to the tentative nature of the transformation, of the change? Let us put your minds at ease, my brothers and sisters. You don't have so much agency in this matter as you believe you do. You have the ability to look at it in any way that you choose. And there is great power in this. More power than you realize. But the rub is that change, as another instrument once said, is going to come. And it is really, at the end of the day, merely a matter of time that is in your purview to order and put in its place. So, when you find yourself at the crossroads and life comes down on you in the hard way that we have all discussed, you can offer yourself a new option. Instead of holding on or resisting it in some way, you can instead let go. This is akin to the leap of faith that we give this instrument a vision of stepping off the cliff into thin air. So foolish, and yet full of the majesty of the new scenario, the unvarnished expedience that meets each and every moment in your lives. If you were to reflect upon those times in which you let go and let the winds blow you about as they may, you would find that this occurs more often than you might realize, and that what brings it to your attention so singularly is your investment in a particular question, particular feeling or outcome. For there are so many outcomes you already release. There are so many decisions you default on without a thought. And this is precisely how third density life works. Catalyst is what matters to you, not the you listening to these words, my friends. The deep you. The you that was thinking about this life in moments before your birth, when you were planning how you would express the Creator this time around. You do not need to fret about that plan. And you do not need to surrender utterly to the mechanistic unfolding of each event without a single intervention that would yield a life of no consequence, for you would not have the investment that makes choice matter. You simply, my friends, can take stock from time to time. Recognize that the instrument that is your waking consciousness, which goes through these storms, as well as the pretty moments, needs comfort, needs rest, needs a kind of balancing that comes from taking the time to think deeply about where you are at, where you wish to go, and that help is sometimes needed by you. Therefore, we would advise less emphasis on discrete decisions, and more of a attitude that comforts and nurtures the self in spite of this decision, that thought, this event. The details will come and go. You will not become something you do not recognize. You have only to connect with deeper levels of yourself. They do not go down forever. At the bottom, there is one entity. And we are relieved that we do not need to enumerate a different root entity for each other self here, for it is the same entity, is it not? If you can truly accept that you are the creator, you release yourself from the need to get it right all the time, and can let yourself take a break from perfectionism. Comfort yourself so that meeting the challenges that occur in your life becomes less about thinking and more about feeling. Less about action and more about a being, an abiding, the exuding of radiative love for yourself and for others, which each of you came into this life to practice. So we congratulate you all. You have met your challenges well. And it is with this thought that we would bring this monologue to a close, asking again that each respect this self we have praised to such a degree that you can decide for yourself which of our words helps and which are to be left behind as you move towards your next challenge. We are those of Hatonn, and at this time we would ask if there are any questions in the group that we may make ourselves available to. I am Hatonn.
Is my creator your creator?
We are aware of your query, my brother. We are those of Hatonn. And we wish to be rigorous in our response to your thoughtful question. To the greatest extent of our knowledge, which is limited, Your Creator is our Creator, for there is only one. May we elaborate in some way, my brother. Is there another question this evening? We are those of Hatonn. We feel that this has been quite a meeting, my friends. And we wish to thank this instrument for calming down and letting us get in the middle of his thoughts. He is ever so grateful for the balance of this group in assisting our transmission. We wish to thank you as well for the courtesy you have shown. This could be the start of many dialogues between us. And if that were your choice, we would be most obliged to join you again, whether it is at a gathering such as this, or in a moment of contemplation or meditation, which you may find yourself engaged in at some future point. We will not invade your thoughts, but should you wish for company, please feel free to call upon us. This instrument has read our words for years, and we know that he will attest to our friendly and salubrious nature. And with that said, we feel the time has come to take our leave. And we leave you in the love and light of the one infinite Creator. We are those of Hatonn. Adonai Pasub Baragas.